Welcome to Martini Mondays, your source for unfiltered wedding advice, always shaken, never stirred.
Ready?
Hi, it's Monday, which means it's Martini Mondays. Hi, I'm Alex, your host, and I have my very, very good friend with me, Zandra, who I'm so excited because she reached out to me not that long ago and said, I really want to get into the wedding industry. What can I do? And what do you think? And in addition to where you might be going wedding wise, you've joined Martini Mondays and A.C.E, which I am absolutely thrilled about because you know how much I adore you. And you also bring in a cooler, younger perspective, which we need. We need. So, welcome.
You've always been cool. You've always been cool. I've always looked up to her ever since her owning her own store and being able to work there, which how much help I actually was versus talking with you the
You know what? I
entire
mean,
time.
we
We had
did.
a great time.
It was definitely a business. I mean, I was running a business. I was doing things, but it
Yeah.
really was like a hangout. You know, but that's
Very
okay. It
blessed.
was so fun. Great memories. It brought us here. So,
Yes, it did.
yes.
Full circle.
Yes,
We love that.
absolutely. So, those of you that listen to us every week, every other week when we decide to post, we've been doing a whole like theme for each month. May was health and beauty, and we talked with Brent with Build It Athletics and Kate with the beauty bridal team, and we have a giveaway going out there. So definitely look into that still because that will be the winner will be posted a week from today. So you still have time to enter. But June, with it being June 1st, and some of you that listen and my friends and family know that I'm going to be traveling a lot this June, and I'm kind of nervous about it, but I'm like, how could I bring this into work too? How can I kind of make it work back and forth? And I'm leaving for a girls' 40th birthday trip because my friends and I are 40 and we wanted to celebrate in a couple weeks. And we're going to Cabo. And as we're packing things in our group texts and all this, and getting matching pajamas and matching tumblers for by the pool and whatever, I'm like, this is really kind of like a bachelorette party. It's not.
I love it though. I'm all for
I'm
it.
excited, but it's just like it's not. It's not celebrating a bunch of us, not just one person, but everything we're doing is that. And the more I talk to you about it and everything, I'm like, okay, like, yes, Martini Mondays and A.C.E, it's definitely focused on weddings. Clearly, that is our niche. But when you start to break it up in
Yeah.
terms of health, wellness, beauty, traveling, it really does touch on a whole lifestyle, not just that year of your wedding. Um,
It does. There's so many different things involved
yeah,
with it. And now that there's all these, like for the wedding too, when you
yeah,
talk about that, there's welcome parties now, not just rehearsal
yes,
dinners and the wedding. There's
yes,
so many pieces to
brunches,
it too. So that's why we're here to,
yeah.
yes, why we're here to
Yes,
help break that
absolutely.
down.
Break it down, organize it for you, see how you could take a wedding
Yes.
brunch and turn it into just
Mm,
a fun brunch to celebrate whatever in your life. But
yes.
because it's still in that young phase of people getting married and bachelorette parties and traveling for bachelorette parties, which kind of started when my friends were starting to get married. But I feel like it's even more apparent now.
Yeah.
Like you only travel for a bachelorette party. Like it's unheard of to just have a night out
Yeah.
in the city.
Yeah. It's a lot. Like I love it. I'm all for it. I will be there for my friends anytime,
Yes.
anywhere they want to go, hands down. Well, down that hill. But now being in my 30s, it's a little bit different. Things are like maybe my perspective's a little bit
Yeah.
different too. And I think my friends now want to do things a little more chill. Like there was a
Okay.
wave in my 20s, and that I'm a recovering people pleaser. Again, I will do
I'm
whatever
right
for
there
my
with you. I'm
friends,
right there. Wait
love
till you
them.
get 40. It gets even better and you
Yes.
don't feel as much. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. But in your 20s, it's all about maybe going to Vegas or going to Miami and doing all that crazy fun going out. But now I have a wave of friends that maybe have been married and this is their second marriage.
Absolutely.
And maybe it's a little more chill.
I've been there before.
And going about it that way. Yeah, and going about it that way too.
You still want to celebrate because you're excited, but it might just be like a night out. It's not a whole vacation.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah. It might be something different, but like you said, now too, traveling for bachelorettes, it's like you're traveling for weddings and you're also traveling for
it's
bachelorettes.
A lot.
And it's a lot.
It's a lot to ask of somebody. It's a lot of money. And it really is funny, the phases, because I'm with you in the 20s, totally with you in the 30s. There were some friends that got married in our 30s that we did do some travel bachelorette parties, but ultimately it was more chill. Like I got married at 31. We spent a couple nights just in Chicago. Another friend of mine did the same thing. She got married early 30s. And then you start to have kids and then you're stuck at home for years because you had to go through a pandemic and you hit 40 and you're like, we're going out. We're
you're like wherever. I don't care.
But ultimately, when you get to your 40s, you do realize like who has stayed in your life and matters the most. And so it is a little bit more intimate than, a bachelorette party.
Totally agree.
In your early to late 20s.
Yeah, because I think in your right, and in your 20s too, you're trying to figure out who are those real girlfriends of yours too. And so you're like quantity over quality in your 20s, and you're like the more people, the better, fun. And then 30s and 40s, it's like I want the quality friends because you want to look back on these trips, right? Like your 40th, going through these trips and going with your friends, and you want to look back and be like, there was no drama. We had a great time. The drama's the worst. We've all been there.
Especially with women, right? And that is totally like what I want to talk about too, like bachelorette parties versus, a girl's trip in your 40s when you've been through so much more. And it just comes with age and it comes with, wisdom and, you have kids. And so that's more important. Those things. So the trip, it's not the end of the world if somebody can't go or something falls through or you can't get a reservation somewhere or, you can't get a table at the DJ that you want to go see at, some club.
Yeah. You're just happy you made it out past 11 o'clock and you're not in bed. Because we were talking before this, I was out on Saturday night until like way too late. I was like, I don't know who I am, but
you
I
would not
it.
know because you look fabulous. I look like this because I was also out until I was out till 1. Way too much wine. It's like I don't go out at all, and then when I do, I'm like, oh, I'm out, so fun.
Yeah.
But so anyways, you're out, you're having a good time. But for the most part, I see with my friends, like we already know it's going to be chill, laughing, fun. When you were going through bachelorette parties and planning and everything, it could get a little chaotic because you have so many personalities involved.
There's so much. And what you notice too is maybe there's somebody designated to planning and maybe there's not. I did a little counting before we started filming and thinking about how many bachelorettes have I been on or helped with. I've helped plan about 5 or 6 of them.
It's hard. It's a big deal to plan them. You almost need you could use a planner. Like a travel agent, basically.
Yes,
like I know that's not a thing really anymore, but maybe it is.
It's so true. There's a lot that goes into it. And like you said, a lot of personalities and how exactly do you feel all of that? Because it's for like a bachelorette, it's for the bride, right? So you want her to not feel stressed. But a lot of times it's maybe her cousins or her closest friends that you've known for a really long time. So how do you navigate all of that but not bring in the drama? So it's really tough navigating all of that. But at the end of the day, it's not personal. Like if somebody's over like group texts and group chats too, always over them, but even more so now, there's just so much in it. So many things get
lost
lost
in translation and having to one person takes the payment, you got to pay. Like it's a lot of organizing, whether it's a bachelorette party or it's, a girls trip.
Any sort of girls trip. There's always going to be somebody's upset about something, but if you are planning it or you're the person that's just it's for your birthday or for your wedding, sometimes that stuff happens, and just not to take it personal because it's maybe coming from a deeper place than the trip itself.
Absolutely. And ultimately, we said before when we were talking on the phone, like, it's a luxury to go and celebrate like this, and to, especially for if you're the bride and you have these friends and family that come and celebrate you, like, that's just an added bonus. Being able to travel to celebrate a birthday milestone is a luxury. So at the end of the day, you shouldn't be stressed or upset, or you should be grateful that you're able to do this.
Exactly. Like, one of my closest friends is going to be her second wedding in the next couple months out in Montana. And we're having a little itty bitty like bachelorette party. I think it's going to be 3 girls. And it's going to be great. It's her closest friends too. So, and she didn't get to have, I know you mentioned COVID and the pandemic. She got married during COVID too and didn't get to have a normal bachelorette. She didn't have one at all and didn't have a normal wedding. So now that we're doing it the second time, it's going to look different. But,
which is great for her.
You know, even if she invited more people, she's so understanding of everyone's situations, and she has a baby too.
Oh,
so
she really
it's like
knows that.
Yes. Everybody's situations are different too. So you have to really consider that, no matter if it's a bachelorette or a birthday, and not take offense.
We have a couple friends that aren't able to make it to our trip, and we're so upset because we just want to celebrate we just want to be with them. It's not like no one's mad or anything, but it's just like, we want you there. And that's, that should be just kind of heartwarming to people that can't make it. If the bride or groups of friends are upset, it's just, you just want them there.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, if they can't make it, you understand.
Time. Yes, you do. And it's not like you're not going to see them again. No. You know what I mean? It's just like putting that into perspective too. So you want to have a great time, and you want to be able to all travel or do a little staycation if it's local. You want to be able to do all those things, but everybody's in different points of their life. And love everybody, but a lot of times people have this like me. It's kind of like revolving around them, and that's not the case, especially as people have families and are just in different phases.
And that's
what
I think one of the biggest differences between a bachelorette party in maybe like your first wedding in your 20s versus a bachelorette party where it's your second marriage or it's your, 40th girls trip. In the beginning, you think like you're selfish without it even being a fault of your own, like a huge fault, because you don't know any better. You know what I mean? Like, you want it to be perfect. You want to enjoy everything. You want everyone to be there because the focus is on you that year, but as you get older and you plan different things and you go through life, you realize, okay, like that was kind of childish. Whoever could make it and be there, is amazing. I have to say though, I think social media, and obviously I love social media, but I think it plays a huge role into what people want, expect their friends to do. They want to post, so they're like, oh my god, so and so's bachelorette party was so fun, like I'm so jealous I wasn't there. It's a show.
It is, it really is. And that's the hard part too. And one of the reasons why we do this podcast is to try to debunk everything that's out there, and showing like the real important piece of it is having that experience no matter where you are with your closest friends. And I love social media, like you said, we love it. We love seeing the glamour. You want to be a little bougie, do whatever you want, but it can get very convoluted online.
People are going to have their opinions.
That's what
they expect. Exactly. And listen, people are going to have their opinions. And when you put yourself out there, like a podcast, for example, or your trip, you are subject to whatever anybody thinks, and you can't control it. We have matching pajamas for our trip, and I know that we're going to post a picture. And I think some people are going to be like, who do they think they are? Are they on a bachelorette party? But
you don't want to participate. Like, if there was somebody in your friend group, right, that didn't want to participate in that, you guys aren't gonna, like be upset.
I would maybe
that. You know what I mean? Like, as you get,
I'd be like, just buy the pajamas. What's wrong with you?
I would too. But sometimes there's going to be somebody maybe in the group too, right, that has something to say about something. But it's just like, if you guys want to do that for your trip, I love it. But if you're going to put it on social media, you have to understand that somebody's
Someone's
going to
going to
have
say
an
something.
opinion.
Yes.
And
yeah. And maybe you guys wait till you
exactly.
see our pajamas. I'm
So
not going to tell you what they are, but you guys can comment.
Wait.
You can comment on
I'm
them.
sure I don't even know what they look like, and
Oh my
I'm very
gosh, we're
excited.
such nerds.
So.
But that is okay. So that is a question, brings a question to mind. Have you been to a bachelorette party where you've been asked to wear something or, do something where you're like, I cannot believe I'm doing this. I'm doing it because I love this person and I don't want to be the one to cause drama. But like, there's no reason we all need to be in this color.
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
I think so. There were definitely bachelorette parties that I've been on. Again, love my friends, but we were young. Like you just said, you're young, you see something online and you're like, I have to do this. Or you're looking it up online, what sets me apart. And there were definitely certain colors that definitely didn't look great on everybody that everybody's wearing, but it's on theme with maybe what the
bachelorette theme is.
Bachelorette
Right.
Yes, exactly. But you do it for the bride. You do it for her. If that's
Absolutely.
what she wants, then, but there are definitely, like I said, recovering people pleaser. There are definitely times where I'm like, But I also, like with my closest girlfriends, if they're like, oh, let's do this. And maybe I have not necessarily like a different opinion, but maybe if it's going down a crazy wild path,
you're like, I don't know that
more
we
vocal,
need to do this.
But
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So
just one trip, one bachelorette party was where the bride was wearing white and we all had to wear black. Other than that, I didn't really have to do anything. And I like my own bachelorette party, I wear black. I always wear black. I can't believe I'm in a denim and brown outfit right now.
Yeah, when you come on camera, I'm like,
whoa, what is she wearing?
But black. I know. I
always
love
wear black.
Normally, always.
Well, we kind of touched on the 40th girls trip energy versus bachelor party already. Like, we might be more relaxed at times. We probably will want to sleep. I don't know. Even though my brother just,
I love sleeping now. I get upset if I don't. I love sleeping now. At 31, I'm like, if I don't get enough, like 8 hours, I'm like, I'm a little cranky the next day.
I get it.
So if I get it,
you want to sleep on a trip.
Yeah, if I go on a vacation. Yes, you do. Sleep is important.
And like, you can't have fun the next day. But I guess, like, here's a perspective that's different though, too. Like, I run off of not no sleep because my kids are older and we're sleeping and everything.
Yeah.
But if I do go out the night like one night, the next day I'm on again. Like I don't get to sleep in. I don't get to. So, if we're out late and we don't get like a full night's sleep, we're like, well, we could just sleep by the pool. You know what I mean? Like it's a totally different perspective because you're not taking care of little humans on this vacation. You're really worried about yourself.
You're taking full advantage of that time away and not being maybe bothered all the time and enjoying every second that you have when you're on that vacation. No matter if it's, it doesn't matter where you are and you're just in, like you said, sleeping by the pool, you're just enjoying that.
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
Do you feel like bachelorette parties have become too expensive? Like people that do kind of want it still about them, they expect you to spend all this money and they're not paying for you. Ultimately, like sometimes the groups pay for the bride,
Yeah.
And what if someone can't go because they can't afford it?
Right. I think things have gotten a little unhinged in that department, truthfully. Also, when you're having a destination wedding and then you're traveling and doing all these various things for your bachelorette, it's a lot. If I was engaged, planning my wedding, having a bachelorette party, I would love to pay for all my girls.
Me too.
Like, I would love
that would
to
be
do
a dream come true.
Like,
yes.
Incredible. But you have to understand that if you can barely afford some stuff, you have to understand that your girls might not be able
to. And there's, priorities in life. And maybe, the $1,000 for the, plane ticket, because planes tickets are getting crazier and crazier. You need to pay your car with that month. I don't know, whatever it is. So yeah, I guess a piece
True.
of advice: don't expect too much. And if you really want to go somewhere where if it's more important for you, and I don't think there's a right or a wrong. If it's more important you to get away for a few days and do that, then you can't expect everybody to come. If it's more important you to have everybody around you, then plan something more low key. Is my thought.
Right. And at this point, especially like we're talking about in 30s and even 40s, you know, if you're having friends that are maybe getting married later in life too, it's about, like we talked about, the experience, being together, being with
your memories are
not
your
all
biggest
these
thing. Yep.
Totally agree. So I think social media, again, do I love doom scrolling late at night and seeing all these luxurious bachelorette parties and vacations? And I'm like, hell yeah, you do you. Yes. But you have to also think that if you're the one going through it, that's not realistic, right? Social media.
Yeah. And of course, like all the
influencers
that are, you know, getting married now and posting their things, you're like, wait a minute, is this real life? No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yes.
It's not.
It's not. For a majority of us, it's not real life.
Not.
So keep that.
Okay, I do want to touch on packing because my friends and I for months now have been talking about like what are we wearing, and you know, because I'm in the retail industry and fashion, they're like, Al, what are we? And we're going to a lot of the places that I frequent when I get to go out there with my family. So I've been putting together like lists, packing lists, and inspiration mood boards and all that kind of stuff. And I think that's the same for any group of girls. Like you all want to be on the same page, no matter what type of trip you're going on. If it's a bachelorette party or a birthday party or just a girls getaway, like that's such a girls thing. Like you want to focus on making sure that we all pack the right stuff. Do we all have to pack the same stuff? Should someone bring a blow dryer? Should someone bring a curling iron? You know, you don't all need to have everything because that's what we do. We share.
Totally. Yeah. I actually just, when you asked me earlier, like, was there ever anything on a Bachelorette that happened? And I was just thinking at this point, one time I was on a Bachelorette, me and two other girls brought for the same theme, literally the same dress.
The three of you had the same dress.
It's so good. We loved it though. We're all like, this is awesome. Whatever, you lean into it. It's like whenever you see on the red carpet, there's sometimes stylists that do not talk to each other, and the girls show up in the same dress, and you're like,
each other. That's a whole that could be a whole different thing. But yes,
but we love. Yes, we love when they take pictures together and they own it. So that's what we did.
That's the best way to handle something,
but
like that.
Yes. Yeah, but it's so good to coordinate ahead of time too, just to make sure that everybody's on the same page, because nothing is more stressful nowadays too. Like I can't even walk into a store and find something to try on. Let's say like I was shopping on Anthro the other day, and I'm like, this is amazing. I love this dress because I'm going to Montana for this wedding. And I walk in there like, oh no, we don't have that dress in store. And it's like, that's great, but everything is online. And it's so many stores that if like for you, you're able to share with everybody what store can we all look on or what are some options, and then talking about it ahead of time. I think is so important.
And I think we're going to post that too. I'm going to post the mood board and the packing list and everything. We're going to offer a PDF packing list that really goes across all girls trips, no matter what type of girls trip it is. Because I almost wish I had it when we were going through bachelorette parties. So like you said, we weren't all, wearing the same stuff, and especially pictures were always important, but even more so now. Again, I know we sound like broken records, but they're being put all over the place. So you want to make sure it's important. We want to, what are we doing this styling company for if people don't care about the way they're styled, right? I mean, people clearly care.
Yes. And you bring up a good point too about even packing like a hair dryer, who's bringing the waver, the curling iron, because I'm somebody that overpacks.
Me too. I always do. I'm like, I'm going to need it.
So and that's the one thing I got from my mom. I'm like, I'm not the girl that goes on with just a carry-on. I always bring a million things. So I'm like, whoever needs me to bring the extra stuff, I will. Because there's always going to be somebody that does that. So it's good to coordinate coordinate ahead.
One of our best friends in the group, she just texted, like, are you guys checking bags? And the rest of us were like, yeah, what do you mean? And she travels for work, so she's so used to just traveling with her carry-on. And she was like, okay, then I might need you guys to pack some stuff. I don't want to carry like this huge bag, just fine. Like we have the room.
Sure.
My one best friend is really treated herself to first class. And she's like, I have no weight limit. Like we're just like dropping stuff off at our house. But could you imagine, guys? Could you imagine if like guys were like, oh, no, I have that same gel. I'll just bring it.
No. They do not.
No one
whatsoever. It's so completely different. Yeah. If they ever in a million years had to go through what we go through. No. Girls are very, very different in that way.
But I think
we love that.
I would never want to
because we're always prepared.
No, always boring. But so I think ultimately, no matter what age you are and you're going on a girls' trip, regardless of what you're celebrating, it's pretty much the same. You might not have as much energy at some age. And I also want to say too, if you're a first-time bride or even a second-time bride and you want that big bachelorette party, you're 40 and you're getting married for the first time, I think you should do it. Like celebrate. It's like these last few years, we really saw how we weren't able to celebrate things. And like your friend that couldn't have an actual wedding because she got married in COVID. And now, she's getting remarried and like, do it, celebrate it, because why not?
Agreed.
You should.
Yeah. You want to look back because these are supposed to be the happiest moments, one of the biggest and happiest moments of your life. And you want to be able to say, because I know a lot of girls too, that now they're kind of like, oh, I don't know if I should do it. I don't want to put pressure on anybody. But like we talked about, do it. And you're real girls. You know what I mean? Like if they can't show up for whatever reason, like you understand that doesn't mean they don't love you and that they don't wish that they were there, but do it for you because, 50 years from now, you're going to look back
and you're going to say, I should have done it.
Nobody wants
because maybe you can't do it at that point and you don't want, no regrets. Okay. I have a couple of rapid fire questions before we head out.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. Girls trip, Cabo or Nashville?
Yeah. Nashville. I'm a country girl through and through.
You are. I love Nashville. I celebrated my birthday.
I love a dive bar.
Yeah.
Country music.
I can go either way. I can't. That I'm like 50-50. I'm torn. I would want to do both.
I think. Do both. See, we just said do both. Do it if you can.
Closing remarks. Do it all. A yacht day or a spa day? Same.
Spa. I love a good relaxation.
I get sick on boats. I can't. And I don't like being stuck in the middle of the water. I have very much control issues. I can't do it. I'm like,
Wait, cruises are not for me either. All of that.
We're going on a really short little boat ride to the famous like Cabo Arches for an Instagram moment. And the Instagram, the Cabo waters, the Sea of Cortez could be pretty choppy. Like there's a whole side of Cabo where you aren't even allowed in the water. So I already bought, because I'm such a nerd, like those patches, but I'm just going to like stick them all.
Yes.
And throw them.
Yeah. Put them everywhere.
Okay. Matching.
And chances are somebody else is going to need them too.
So it just came from Amazon.
Yeah.
Matching outfits or wear whatever you want.
Oh my God, I could go both ways. It depends. It really depends. I love now at this point in my life, everybody kind of just wear what you want. Cause again, there's a lot of pressure as is, but like the matching pajamas though, I do love that. For just like a little,
it's just something. We're not going to the pool in the same bathing suits or,
no,
or, that would be weird.
Yeah. I could go both ways on it.
What?
Yeah. I could go both ways on it.
I mean, I'm obviously doing it, but I don't want to wear the same thing as somebody like to dinner. But the pajamas I'm good with.
No.
Fancy dinner or like chaos dive bar?
Oh my God. A dive bar. That's just me. Oh my God. I love it so much. Anytime I tell people that, they're like, really? you want to go to a
Yes.
dive bar? I'm like, yes, that's why I was out so late on Saturday night, because I was at a dive bar. I love it. There's so much to see, so much to do. Texan Taco right down the street. I'm in downtown. So I love it there. So just so much people watching, and
it could be funny. My dad decided to have someone come and update all the Wi-Fi before we moved in, even though he has no sense of any, like, he does not know any of those things. He's not computer savvy.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know what Wi-Fi really
So
is.
my
He
dad
used to call it
dad
Wi-Fi,
thing.
and he's a really smart man, and it's just such a dad thing. And so now we moved in here since we're building, and we have too many gadgets that need Wi-Fi. So there's not enough like Wi-Fi power. Do you know what I mean? So I just clicked out. Anyways, okay. So my last rapid fire question: recovery,
I love
brunch,
a last minute
brunch.
Why not? I love that. A last minute together.
Absolutely.
Yes. You can sleep on the plane.
Yep. A little quick reminiscing. 100%. So a little closing few things. No matter what age, celebrate your milestones. Stop worrying what's age appropriate. Create experiences that, really feel like you and that you want to do. And hopefully your friends can be a part of it too. And I truly feel like your trip, no matter what, is a success. If at the end of it, you're like, I really needed that. That was,
and you want to look back and
really
be like,
needed that.
That was everything and more that I could have possibly wanted. There's always going to be things that happen, but as long as you can look back and say that, and you're not back and you're like, I need 100%. A vacation from that vacation, right? Because so many people say that.
Right. No. Yes. You're like, oh, I wish I could stay longer because it was so fun, but like, I'm good.
And not many of us I can say that at this point in our life too. Well, good. Yay. We had such a great time on a vacation. So keep that in mind as you're planning and going on trips. Yes.
Keep that in mind. Absolutely. And like I said, we're going to post some of our packing tips. And so look out for that. And Zandra, thank you so much. I'm so excited. Yes. You guys will definitely see more of Zandra. Me too. Any questions about what we chatted about today? You could ask us through email, post it, subscribe on YouTube so you can constantly get a reminder of when we're posting. And I'm excited to talk about all traveling.
We have lots of tips and tricks.
We're kicking it off.
So like, subscribe, comment, reach out to us. We're here for you. So,
yay. Yes. Perfect. Thanks. Thank you.
Bye.
All right.